as our investigators step through the portal, you are immediately buffeted by freezing winds that, regardless of your furs, seem to almost penetrate them and permeate your very bones. You can feel this brutal chill begin to take hold immediately. If your faces are uncovered, you can feel it like you are getting hit in the face. Each of you steps through this portal. And as you do, you can see, as the cold weighs down this atmosphere like a heavy blanket, it cuts like a knife against any of your exposed flesh and turns every breath into a painful gasp. Blinding sunlight bears down upon the whiteness of your surroundings, reflecting off of snow in a dazzling array that burns the eyes. It almost makes it hard to see the motion on all sides as several figures emerge from that whiteness, weapons drawn. A voice calls out in strangely accented common. "Who goes there?"
I begin to step forward and hold up my open hands. Hello? We are travelers.
Travelers? What is your purpose here?
Can I see this person?
They're covered. You see sort of vague shapes in the whiteness. You're kind of like slammed by this cold air and the sun like almost blinding you. It's kind of right in your face as you come through the gate.
Does the language sound like familiar to anyone? The accent?
I don't think so. What?
We seek passage towards the spire.
The spire? What spire?
It's a bit difficult to see. I don't know what direction to point.
Do
Who are
you
you?
seek the nameless spires?
Do I know if they are called that?
Oh, yes.
Yes, they are.
Yes. That is our destination.
Do you know what happened here?
No.
Please make a diplomacy check.
Okay. And all the while I'm holding my open, empty hands towards them. 34.
You are fools then, if you seek the nameless spires.
Why do you say that?
None who visit the nameless spires return the same, even if they return at all. Put your weapons down. Karun and anyone else that speaks Elvish will understand this, as she says this last bit in Elvish. And finally you can sort of get your bearings a little bit now that you've come through the gate. You see several elves. The person that you are addressing looks a little bit like this.
Finally, culture.
What are you doing here?
In Elvish?
She says this in accented common.
Oh.
You said something with in Elvish.
Yes, when she said put the weapons down.
So they are all elves. Ooh. In Elvish, I would like to say we are looking for the nameless spires. Can you tell us where they are? I'm happy to see an elf, finally.
She says, across the high ice. It is a foolish travel that you would make.
We have made many foolish travels.
It is far, and it is deadly and dangerous.
We have made many of those travels as well.
Why do you seek these spires?
It is a quest. We have been. Can we go inside somewhere? It is freezing.
Do you know what happened to Lakni?
Ooh. Do I know what happened to that? No, not at all. I've never heard of that name in my life.
She gets a little closer and stares into your eyes. Very well.
Come on, everyone. We're going inside.
There is no inside. It's woods. There's
Oh.
rocks. I mean, the trees that are here look kind of coated in frost and snow. There is no
Alright.
house. You are emerging from this gate into a snow-covered land before you.
Ooh. Well. There's this beast. It is a whale. You've heard of it? A whale god. We're trying to ensure that it cannot destroy the world. I know that sounds insane, but it's true. You've heard of Agmonzorius, maybe, or the whale god?
Oh, Sawyer
feel-
is the whale.
I feel insane saying this out loud to them.
I apologize for the tense reception.
No, it's all right.
I do not know of what you speak, but I will give you this warning and advice. Depending on your travels across the high ice, you may see a temple. This is the temple of... I am gonna butcher this name. Findeledlara.
Of course.
And are they speaking in common at the moment? I know you had an exchange in Elvish.
Probably not.
If she does, I will tell you what
Since-
she's saying.
Yeah, since Karun sort of took over the conversation, I imagine she would have started to speak in Elvish.
I'll just
Right.
translate for everyone.
I can also translate.
Oh, good. The lizard will translate.
Oh yes, I would be translating this for those in back.
So, at the temple, is this a warning? Is the temple doomed in some way?
The temple is abandoned, but be
Okay.
careful. It is dangerous.
Dangerous how?
There are strange you can see she looks like she's trying to process something as she's speaking to you, and she
Oh,
says,
no. Just trauma.
I have been unable to locate my brother, Ilakni, for some time. Since Erastus of last year. Immediately, for all of you, this coincides with something that you are all familiar with. The missing moment.
Oh. It is possible that your brother is like us. Did he have also a mark on him?
What mark? Show me.
I expose my chest,
So on my scarf.
since it's easy to see.
I have not seen such a thing. You know what
It is
this could be?
It is possible that your brother is like us and experienced something we have all called the missing moment, I will say in common.
The gates, Karun.
Yes, where was your brother last seen?
At the temple.
Well,
Is there an
If it is-
Aura there?
We
If,
have searched the temple, but there are creatures there. Undead. And other things. We were unable to search it completely.
well, perhaps we can help you find your brother. The temple is on the way to the Nameless Spires. I see no reason why we could not.
Do you
Which
even
direction?
have a plan, a route that you are taking?
Well, we will do everything we can to help elves. Right, team?
The
Right,
map
guys?
that we had for the expedition,
Mm-hmm.
does it include Alan Furlit, since we had it in the bags?
Yeah, do you show it
the-
to them?
No, I'm just looking at it myself to see if there's anything, if the expedition shows anything up in this area, so to speak, from where the gate was.
Yeah, so there's not there is a mark on it, which is kind of like, you know, it's mostly like a straight line. I have it open for our viewers as well right now.
Right.
But across the high ice, which is just this this vast, you know, I mean, we're talking, you know, 1,000+ miles of travel through the high ice.
Yeah.
So, go on.
But there is what appears to be something marked on the map.
Going
Now-
eastward.
Yeah.
I believe our plan is eastward. What is your name? I don't believe. My name is Yara. And if you all would like to introduce yourselves, I point to everyone else.
Orashtak.
I am Arcelia of the Burning Sun clan.
If you have any idea what this area contains.
I am Ilinkil, and we are of the Ilverani. Karun, you can make a society check.
Ooh. I like the sound of that. Society. I've rolled
Natural 20.
35. It's
okay.
elves.
You've heard of the Ilverani. They are known as like the snow elves, basically. They are essentially like cousins to many other elves. They're very pale. They have white hair. And they usually wear like blue and silver clothing. You know that they're told to be generally good-hearted, but they're cold and unyielding, and they do not like intruders. Let's see what else. You actually know that it is rude to ask for their names without revealing your own.
Oh, I'm Karun,
Hey.
by the way.
Yep.
I revealed
Karun
mine.
does a little bowing. Karun.
Karun.
I have so many questions for you. First of all, I have never met an Ilvari before. I am amazed at your culture. I would love to know a lot more about you. How do you get across the high ice? Do you get across it?
We avoid it whenever possible. We travel.
There's no way to travel across it.
We travel as we normally would amongst these regions, preferably with sled and dogs. However, we have not traveled across the high ice for some time.
Mm. All right.
I am standing there with the map unfurled. May I approach to show you if perhaps you know anything about the area?
She looks towards Karun.
If you can point on this map where the temple is, we could.
Mark it.
Right.
That would
We
help.
could mark
Yes.
it.
She cautiously looks at the map. You already have it marked. Where did you get this?
Oh,
We brought it from home.
Where is home?
Well, we brought it from. Where did we get the map?
we got it
think
from
in-
the doctor's lair.
Oh, from well,
Lichgate.
we got it from Lichgate. There was a evil doctor. It is complicated, but we got it from Lichgate, where we have just come from.
You traveled through the gate.
Yes, yes, we did. You can do that.
Speaking of the gate, it's right behind us, yes?
Yes.
As they're talking, I would like to try to take a look at it to see if it has any distinguishing features, and if possible, try to determine if it requires a key of some kind.
Interesting. Okay. So the gate is a pale arch reaching about 9 feet in height. It is carved into the side of a stony outcropping at the edge of a small copse of pine trees. You can see that that there are markings on it, similar to the ones that you saw on the Lichgate in Lichgate.
I believe my tattoo will allow me to still see this, assuming it didn't take us hours to get through the gate.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
I assume that my tattoo will allow me to read it, because I assumed that we didn't spend hours to get through the gate.
Correct. This one has several inscriptions upon it. You read, "Only those who flow with the currents may pass unscathed. The frozen path melts for the worthy. In the embrace of water, all boundaries dissolve."
I will begin to take a sketch of this and I will read it out loud as I'm taking notes here. It's a good drawing.
21. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a lot better than the the other one that you did.
I think it was 11 for coming in, so.
Yeah. We are Ilverani sentries for this gate. For centuries, we have guarded it. The Ilverani take turns to guard this place. What is it that you see when you look at this gate? She motions towards Arcelia.
When I look at it, do I perceive anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Now that we are level 9, I'm a master perceptionist. 34.
So I think what you gather from this is that Ilanquil is trying to ask you how you feel when you look at this gate, not necessarily what you see directly.
I put my journal away and I will put my hand onto the gate and I will close my eyes and attempt to read its psychometric resonance.
Okay. You take 3 mental damage as you do this. It is overwhelming, Arcelia. You feel a sense of community. And then abandonment. Loneliness. Emptiness.
I sense there was great love in this place once. People. Perhaps this was at the heart of it. It has been some time since that particular warmth has graced this gate. I sense great emptiness. Did something happen here?
Ilinquil walks closer to you in the gate. She puts a hand on it. This was once the hub of a thriving community of Ilverani elves. But it has largely been abandoned. This gate is rarely used these days. We watch out of a sense of tradition more than protection.
How do you feel seeing strangers come out of it?
Still going off of your perception check from before. See the anger on her face. You see worry. I brother. I do not know what happened to him. And several other Ilverani went missing.
The same day?
The same day as what?
They all went missing. The same day or time frame?
Around the same time, yes.
In the same direction?
They were guards stationed here.
Your brother included?
Yes.
So
They
he
went
was
through
not at
this-
the temple.
The temple was the only place I could think that he would
They
go.
went through this gate. The Ayudara. That is when many went missing, including ourselves. That day, we were called to an Ayudara.
Please make a diplomacy check. Rashtak.
Can I help by throwing in?
Sure.
I will state the day, the actual date of the missing moment as well.
Please make a
22
diplomacy check.
26 to help.
Plus 1, so 23.
You speak again of this missing moment. What is this?
Look to the others. It was a time where we went missing. We had a desire. We went through a gate, an Ayudara nearby. Called to it, drawn to it. And then we were gone for days, weeks. Everyone was different, but the day of entry was the same. We did not always end up in the same place when we came back. Memories are hazy at best of the time, if not completely gone.
Yes, everyone saw some sort of vision that drew them into these gates and were scattered all around the world.
But importantly, we all survived it, so it is possible your brother survived as well.
Yes.
Indeed.
You believe my brother was one of these people? One of you?
Yes.
It is certainly possible, yes.
Possibly.
If all of the guards that were stationed here disappeared at that day, including your brother. Yes.
She begins to sort of whisper to the other Ilverani around. You can tell she's it seems like she's getting opinions from them, from what you can pick up, Arashtak and Karun. Maybe trying to understand what it is you're actually getting at, or trying to figure out some kind of reason that this would happen.
Well, there.
Go ahead.
Have anyone come? Has anyone returned? Any of the guards here? Are they all still gone?
We have not seen them.
Okay. If they were here, then you could check for the marks that Yara had shown. But if they're all gone, they may have been sent possibly to the other side of the world.
If you have not found their bodies, it is quite possible that they are all alive.
They should be,
Indeed.
but not here. They may still be traveling here, trying to return.
Perhaps I can offer a bit more explanation. And I'll pull out my journal and I'll flip to the very beginning of when the missing moment happened, and I'll begin to flip through it, showing the various pictures that I've sketched and my notes as well, pointing and highlighting the most relevant pieces, talking about how we met with Dr. Riddleson, how we went to the First World, how we cycled through various Ayudara and saw very many different worlds, how we have been led to here.
Do you include anything about what Dr. Riddleson was doing to the test subjects that he had, so to speak? The other Gatewalkers?
I would, unless someone were to try to interject or stop me, I would
No.
be completely transparent with them.
Did we? This is for Wack. Did we see any held bodies at Riddleson, and were any elves potentially that looked like this? I asked because I was missing for a few weeks.
The pile of corpses in the basement inside where the mushroom guys were.
So there was a pile of bodies in there.
Can I recall, or someone roll to recall to see if we remember any distinguishing features?
You can make the
I would
hardest.
have remembered
You can
dead
make
elves.
you can make the most difficult medicine check possible that we have had in this game thus far.
I did look down that
I
pit. I was
understand.
the reason. Yeah.
It was a pile of meat.
Of course.
That would be your roll then, Yara.
All right. Got a plus 19. Let's see. I don't think casting guidance upon myself makes sense in this situation either. 37.
There were elves in there. You have no way to distinguish, really.
They were desiccated, probably.
If anything, I mean, it's a pile of meat.
Dr.
Elf
Riddleson
meat.
kept pretty extensive notes. I will ask her for the names of the people that went missing. Perhaps might jog our memories, having seen probably names.
So you saw a bunch of names. Dr. Rilson did keep extensive information.
Do we have them with us?
I think Karun did.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah. You show her the names? Is that what you're doing?
I would float it out loud and say, if it's possible that Dr. Riddleson came across them, perhaps their names were in his notes. And I will look to Karun.
I'm already flipping through the notes, trying to find it.
Do you... So, there's definitely elf names on there. Do you show them to...
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I do not see their names.
Then there is hope. That is good. We have been looking into this missing moment since the beginning of this all, as Orcelia has highlighted. It has led us to this point, and we think that the answers have to all line up with the frost whale that we have mentioned.
You, as you see Elanquil read these names, you can see she's breathing faster and faster, like as she's reading, and you can see some tears begin to fall down the side of her cheeks as she's reading. They may still be alive.
Quite a high chance that they are, yes.
Let us help you.
I apologize. Please, share a meal with us.
Of course.
This way, our camp is nearby. She begins to lead you not very far away from the gate, maybe just past the copse of trees. On the other side, there's a small camp set up with some tents and furs and things, and you can see they begin to I guess put like a stew back on the fire or something and begin to warm it.
Before we came in through here, I did gather a bunch of cooking herbs. I'd offer some to them, as they likely don't have access to a lot of these. So,
Sure. Yeah, I think they take them and say, thank you. If you attempt to cross the high ice, you must take great care. It is extremely dangerous. And it is a very long journey.
Perhaps over the fire you might help us then fill out our map a little bit, so that we can make it a little less arduous.
There is not much I can tell you about the journey past the temple. It is changing constantly because of the weather. But you will overcome or reach many obstacles. There are difficulties with the cold, the wind, the snow. But there are also creatures. There are steep cliffs of ice that you might run into. It is extremely dangerous. But if you approach the temple, know that shadows and ash have overtaken the building.
How do you mean?
We only saw from a distance. It is against the ways of our people to go there. I thought maybe my brother would be there at first, so we took a party and we went. But when we were near, all of us felt strange. Visions. Strange. Oily ice. Black.
Karun, do you have the sample from the vessel?
Of course, yeah, I retrieved the sample and I show. Like this?
Yes,
Mmm.
but this is not like. It is different, but it's the same. Yeah.
It didn't talk to you, did it?
No, we had strange dreams.
Ah, like what?
We believe we saw the nameless spires.
Did any of you attack each other?
One of the other Ilverani sort of speaks up, sort of nods their head towards another. We fought.
we've had similar issues when we've run into this substance. And nightmares and visions as well.
And at this point now, a long time ago, I saw the nameless spire in that first image.
We would not get any closer to the temple. We were scared that our duty to guard this Ayudara would be compromised. As the meal warms, one of the Ilverani begins to hand out bowls of stew.
Thank you.
They nod.
So then, and I look to the others, particularly Karun and Arashtok, since they are the most well-versed in all of this oil and everything. What are we to do, considering there is a multitude more of it?
Karun,
Yes.
can you make a vaccine for this now?
Oh, yes.
That would be wise. If we could shrug off its effects, or at least have an advantage over it.
Was it because it was airborne?
Airborne and ingested, yes.
Would perhaps some
was-
sort of masks be better?
Yes, but if it is fine enough, particulates might still be. Both would be good. An inoculation as well as masks or scarves or some sort of covering.
I could certainly make a vaccine, but it would not be a permanent solution. We would have to keep taking it for as long as we are exposed.
Was it only at the temple? I look to the elves.
That is all we have seen.
We could make a bunch, save it for the temple then, and any after. I would not be surprised we'll run into it more. It did. Have you ever seen storm clouds that looked similar in color to this?
They look at each other, all shake their heads.
We've seen that as a delivery method before.
We do not have any way to cleanse the area. No water, no anything from a distance. No, I do not.
Not in large amounts, I do not know.
I'm terrible with filters, so
Vaccine would be good. Oh, yes.
all right. Well, I will create some vaccines then. How many should I create? They only last for about an hour or so.
As many as you possibly can.
Well, all right.
I'd rather take extra time than deal with visions while we are attempting to survive.
All right. Well, it will take all day to do it. So we should probably plan on sleeping here if we are to travel tomorrow.
I don't think that's a terrible idea. If we are to acclimate ourselves and prepare ourselves the best we can, then it could make all the difference.
Would any of you like to join us as we go to the temple?
We must not. It is
I
our duty to
understand.
guard the gate. But if you discover anything about Elachne, I hope you will let me know.
Oh, certainly, we will. Yeah, definitely.
It may be some time before we return this direction. Is there any way we could communicate with you from a distance or leave some sort of message or marking?
I was just about to say, and I'll pull at some scrap paper and ink. If you could write something that we could give them to try to help persuade them back here, or let them know that we spoke to you. Perhaps a message that we can give them.
If we find them there, something that only you would know, and seal it in a way that would know that we have tampered with it.
There is also the possibility for me to pray on it, and given some time, I might be able to reach out over a long distance. Should we have a good recollection.
She begins to write something down on the paper and folds it. Sort of looks a bit like a bird. Almost like origami.
I will take it if it's offered and put it into one of my structured pouches so it can retain its shape.
Thank you. She motions towards one of the other elves. And she will receive like a small bag. And she says, "This may help you on your journey." And I guess I'll put that on this map because they give you some stuff. Because you rolled really well on your diplomacy. Where did that go? Is it here? I've got so many links. I will copy pasta then. Can I do this? I can. Okay. Let's go like this. Okay. So, they will hand over some stuff to you. There you go. There's some loot. She says, "This cloak, which has the shape of the some kind of what looks to be a finger pointing at a gold star on it, and it is deep green with a voluminous hood embroidered with gold trim and symbols which are significant in elven culture. Karun, you might recognize that. It allows you to cast the Ghost Sound cantrip as an arcane innate spell. This is a fur cloak of elven kind. When you
immediately look at her.
When you adjust the cloak's clasp, the cloak transforms to match the environment around you and muffles your sounds, granting you a +1 item bonus to stealth checks. And when you draw the hood up, you gain the effects of invisibility with the spell's normal duration or until you pull the hood back down, whichever comes first. If you are also wearing boots of elven kind, you can activate this ability twice per day.
Incredible.
And also 6 moderate healing potions.
Outstanding.
So, whoever takes that stuff, put it in the stash or do whatever you want with it. It's there. You can just drag it.
This should go to you.
Is it all right with everyone if I take the elven fur cloak with all the elven shit all over it? Can I take that? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yoink.
Make sure to equip that as well on your in your inventory.
Definitely.
Be cautious of your encumbrance.
So now I have the ghost gun and the ghost cantrip.
Ghost sound cantrip.
I can communicate with the ghost before blasting it in the face. Delightful. Thank you. This gift is incredible. We will use it wisely.
You are welcome. Be safe on your journeys.
Thank you. Is it all right if we sleep here tonight and set out in the morning while we prepare?
You already prepared. I mean, it's basically still morning.
I still have to make vaccines. I guess we could do that when we get there.
So, according to your map, it's 135 miles to this temple. So you're not getting there
That is
today or tomorrow. It's gonna take.
Right.
It's gonna take several days.
Then that's
Looking
fine.
at like
We'll
5
just-
days.
Yes, work on it in intervals if if possible, right?
Yeah. Well, thank you. Are we ready to go?
I suppose so. I'll turn to her and say, I regret not having more of a chance to get to know you and your people. This is a very far away place from the places we've been, but perhaps we will return with good news and your long-awaited company. I imagine then we can speak more.
Perhaps. I have long given up hope. It has been a long time, and the crown of the world is harsh and brutal. It is not often that we She looks down. Find what we are looking for.
I can understand that. Thank you for your hospitality.
She nods.
Shall we go?
Yes. Yes. I am not used to hunting on the ice. I do not think, Maravik, you are either.
I have been to places with ice.
Any tips or recommendations to look out if we need to hunt?
Frozen water. More than likely gonna be fish. Things that burrow underground. Bugs. Anything larva. Deep into dead trees, break trunks. If you find a spot, I will search.
I look to them as well. Any tips from you before we head out?
Keep on the lookout for extreme weather. And, as your friend said, whatever food you may find along the way. From what I can tell, your companions there. She nods her head towards Snowy Owl and her and their companions. They have the look of someone from the crown of the world. They sort of nod. Seek their advice.
Shall we go then?
Let's.
We have enough food, we've prepared clothing and climbing gear and everything we might need. So,
So, you begin to set out on your journey across the tundra. Are you following the route? Are you headed towards this temple?
Oh, yes.
indeed.
So be it. begin to travel across the tundra to the temple on Findeledlara. It is on your expedition map now, marked appropriately. You have 5 days to reach this temple according to the map. We are in exploration mode now. Please choose your exploration activities.
What is the landscape here like? Is the foliage, or is it just these big trees every so often?
So, yeah, I mean, it's like pine trees, and, you know, it is, for all intents and purposes, like a taiga or a tundra sort of biome here. This is, you know, it's snow-covered. There's bits of green here and there, but it's mostly, like, blinding sun and snow. Part of your, like, polar gear is probably those slit, like, glasses to wear. You know, they just have the small opening, almost like a pinhole camera when you look up at an eclipse.
Sure, yeah.
It's sort of that version, you know, so you don't go snow blind. And if you're traveling for long periods of time, you definitely would start to get, like, you know, serious, like, eye strain and eye pain from looking at that much sunlight all the time. It's just bouncing off of everything because everything is kind of white and just with splashes of green really here. Beyond that, it's about what you'd expect. I mean, it's kind of, you know, this place isn't really civilized per se. There's not like roads or trails. You're traveling through a very difficult terrain. You know, this is, if you've ever been in like a really heavy snowstorm with like many feet of snow, if you ever tried to like walk through that, you get tired going up a hill, you know? Like going up one hill is like, you're done, you know, for the day. If you're not wearing like proper gear and stuff, you have snowshoes, you have that kind of stuff. This is like a pretty difficult journey, but you're well prepared. You bought a whole bunch of supplies and things. You're about as well prepared as you can be, minus the training, really, of traveling in this kind of environment. So, you have to watch your balance a lot. It's one of those things where it's really easy to step in the wrong spot and, like, you know, even though you're wearing snowshoes, you can step at an odd angle or twist your ankle or do all kinds of stuff like that. But you're effectively in, like, the North Pole. If you've ever been to, like, extreme cold environments, that's what you're looking at. So, have you all picked your exploration activities?
I think I will be tracking.
We will investigate.
I'm searching for goodies on the path.
Ah, I see. Malefik was tracking. I will...
Am I able to try and gather information in case Snowy Owl and the others might know anything of the area or of the temple? Or would I assume they know absolutely nothing?
So after you mentioned the temple, they would have piped up that they don't know anything about it.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have investigate, search, track. Should we have someone be doing sense direction? My survival is terrible.
Yes, I can do that. That one.
All right.
Makes sense.
I will do avoid notice. How about that?
Okay. Alrighty. Hmm. Okay. Let's start off with the sense direction. Let's get a survival check. I'll put this in the chat for you here, actually.
Hey, thank you.
Let's see how long the trip takes.
I'm double checking.
Every lizard has a lodestone, right? Like a pigeon.
We're not.
Yes, we eat many stones to help us digest.
Yes, it's like a
Perfect.
cow. We have 5 stomachs for unknown reasons. Okay, you said the terrain. We are not on, like, an icy ocean, correct?
No.
Great.
You're not
I
on the
wanted to
high
make
ice.
sure.
You got many days of travel before that.
Yes. Okay, I wanted to make sure because I would consider that a body of water and would argue certain things, but it is not. Therefore, I will not even attempt. All right, perfect. 31.
Okay. So, this trip is going to take you 5 days. You did not crit it, which would have shrunk the day by you would have saved a day. And if you failed it, it would have taken you 7.
Oh yeah, I'll take 5. That's not bad compared to what it could have been.
Okay. Let's see. Next up, Malavik. You follow tracks moving up at half your speed. Okay, make a survival check for me. I'll put that in the chat there for you. Okay. So I'm going to say that you are able to find some game. You don't find any dangerous creatures along the way. You can attempt another survival check if you would like to hunt.
Sure.
Okay. So with a 23, I'm going to say that you probably find a couple rabbits, maybe like a couple snow rabbits. So that's enough for like a meal for everybody. Maybe for your group, Snowy Owl and their companions probably, I imagine that would be, they would probably have to hunt for their own stuff, or use some of their rations. Okay, avoid notice. Let's get a stealth check, please, here, Yara.
Alrighty, stealth.
There you go. Put it in the chat.
I will, unless that's meant to be secret roll, I'll go ahead and I'll just use my feat that I have, where if I were to fail something, I get to re-roll it. Let's try that again, shall we?
Okay. You can just click the... Yeah, there you go.
23.
Okay. Yeah, it's really hard to be, like, stealthy here. You imagine, like, there's 9 of you that are traveling right now, including Snowy Owl's companions. Trying to, like, keep your presence unknown is difficult. You're leaving, like, large paths in the snow as you're moving. Being as stealthy as you can, but you definitely left signs that you've been here. It's super tough to do this. However, it is snowing periodically, and any tracks that you've left will most likely get covered up in a day or two. So, at least for now, something might be able to track you, but in a day or so, probably not.
Long term, they won't be able to follow
Yeah.
us. That's not bad.
Okay. Karoon, let's do the search next. Give me
Perception?
Yeah, this will be a perception check.
I would like to pound the Eagle Eye elixir.
Okay. Why not? You're an alchemist. Just drink whatever you got.
Use. Alright. Now I will roll for perception. Does it... Oh, right. You will be adding this mentally. Right?
Well, you can just drag the effect into your effects page of your character sheet, and it'll do it. It'll do it for you.
Yeah, I will do that.
It's the second tab from the right on your character sheet.
Second tab from the right. There we go. There we go. Perfect. 31.
Okay.
I know exactly where I am.
Well, it's more along the lines of like looking for stuff along the way. Roll me a d4. Okay.
4.
You get 4. Basically 4 moderate reagents along the way.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Which is really nice. That wasn't even a crit. You just got a 4 on the d4. Very nice.
Excellent.
Okay. And Arcelia, you are investigating. You're seeking information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed. So I just want to point this out. Several of you are kind of moving at half speed. So this is going to take a little bit longer on your trip. As a heads up here. Give me... you are investigating. What are you investigating?
I'd like to try to learn what I can of the land as we're going through. I am a very well-traveled person, and though I am maybe unfamiliar with the tundra, I am very acquainted with maneuvering through new lands.
Okay.
So paying attention to weather and any potential environmental hazards, scarcity of creatures, such as that, just to help make our path a bit more safe and help temper expectations.
Okay. I feel like this is probably a nature roll then.
Right? I'll re-roll that 15.
Okay. Oof.
13.
Okay.
Very cold and snowy.
Yeah, I think you just kind of take notes probably, like at different points on the map, and maybe like try and indicate roughly where you are on the map. And you you might make notes like kind of like really I feel like it's just really obvious observations, you know?
Yes.
Just kind of repeatedly. Stuff that doesn't really help you that much along the way.
I imagine the kind of information I'm seeking, the more I do it, the more I'll learn, and I won't learn most of it in just a day.
Okay. So, because you're traveling slowly, this is going to take you several days extra now. Now, I am keeping track of this. Is anybody doing anything else along this journey? I assume you were kind of doing this for the full time, but let me know if you're doing anything else.
During downtime when we're camping, I don't know if anyone else wanted some tattoos, but I could apply some.
Sure, poke me if you want.
Come on, Liz.
I must
You can
remind-
do it while I mark a map. I'm going to probably like any sort of things that. Well, no, I meant with your needle.
Wow.
Bolts. Well, but whilst we are in downtime as well, I'll be making note of anything that we have seen and just kind of marking the map for any landmarks in case we have to come back.
Okay.
And also getting stabbed repeatedly.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well.
I think Karun was also working on vaccines, right?
In the downtime, I would like to use the 4 reagents that I acquired to create vaccines.
Sure. So
Because I have double brew, I can make 8 of them.
So that's for quick alchemy only. Quick
I
alchemy
see.
is when it's basically like when you're in combat, when you're doing like that, like, hey, I'm out of stuff. I want to use my infused reagents to make stuff.
Understood.
That's what the double brew is for. Okay. Anything else?
I'll periodically leave the camp to track ley lines.
Okay. There are no ley lines for most of the trip. Actually, the entire trip. This is going to take you over a week.
Glad I
And as a
rolled
note-
well.
Every morning, I do activate Vital Beacon and False Vitality, just in case.
This is going to take you 9 days.
All right.
We are now in the first of Gosrin. Over this last 9 days, you've all had some time to sort of get acclimated to this ridiculous cold, and it's just brutal. It's like unceasing cold. There's a certain monotony to the day while you're traveling through this environment. Because the sun is almost constantly in the sky, there's very little time where the sun will set during the day. I think it's only an hour or two a day where the sun is actually set. It throws off your time during the day. It is very difficult to deal with. There's a reason that people like that live in in northern or extreme southern climates have to sort of deal with like seasonal depression and stuff like that because they have the sun too long during the day or too late during the day. It's really difficult to deal with it. It throws off your sense of time, like how many days have passed, etc. It's really, really brutal. So it's like, it's kind of nice that the sun is out a lot, but like it's also really throwing you off, you know? You're expecting to like maybe go to sleep in the dark, and a lot of you are sleeping during the light, and it can really throw off your rhythms. So what I'd like is for everybody to make me a fortitude save.
25.
26.
I will
25.
re-roll that using a hero point. Natural
Hey.
20 for 35.
Hey,
Nice.
look at
Should
that.
be a crit for me since I'm master, but I don't know if that. Yeah, that should be master.
Okay. Yes. If it's a success, effectively. And this will be a success. This is a success. So everybody succeeded. Malvik and Yara are both going to critically succeed. You're able to sleep fine. You sleep normally. You're able to sleep through the night without any, nightmares or dealing with the circumstances. Arcelia, Karun, Arashtak, it's probably like a little bit more difficult for you, but you're still able to stay to a, sort of a normal rhythm to your day. But boy, it's cold as shit, and you have to get used to that. There's a lot of there's a lot of like random little things that you have to do that you didn't really like think about, maybe like keeping your eyes covered like as much as possible, because like they will start to freeze. You have to like make sure that you're building proper campfires and everything. You really have to make sure that the camp is really well set up. Whenever you set camp, it's for a long time. You know, it's like when you drop the camp down, do it right. You might have learned that on the first day or two with the assistance of Snowy Owl and their companions, who really have given you some good advice through all of this. Also, how are you all eating?
I'm not eating because I don't have to.
Okay.
We bought a lot of rations, so I will be
Yes.
taking some of those.
Okay. We're going to keep track of rations.
I have extra rations on me for when we need to dip into them. I'll be the reserve.
Don't we have a bag that makes rations?
5. You get 5 a day, basically, from that.
All right.
And it's like protein sludge, you know? It's the stuff from the Matrix.
Karun
Used to it.
lifts the hood up over the cloak of elven kind and disappears. And all you hear from somewhere, somehow, is
Nice.
Okay. Very well. Otherwise, this is going to take you like 9 days to get to this temple. As far as rations go, has everybody been eating from the bag? Or have you been eating
I've been
regular
eating my
regular
rations.
foods? Okay.
Yes, the other ones are disgusting.
Okay. So, if you have minusing 9 rations.
All right. I'll burn through 7 in my inventory.
That's at minimum too. That's like eating 1 meal a day, effectively.
I was gonna say every time we do camp, I was gonna go out and at least hunt, try to hunt each time. I would.
Sure. So you rolled. So I don't want to have to do rolls for each day, because that's going to get ridiculous. So effectively, with your hunting that you did, Malvik, we can say that you brought in like 3 rations a day worth. I think that's fair from 2 rabbits. And we'll say that's 27 total rations that you've brought in over 9 days.
Yeah, I would do that. Because I would know that at least my body type would need something more than that if I'm burning so many calories per day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if you want to talk about a good weight loss program, it's this.
Yeah.
Cross
I
country
wouldn't just eat
through the
rations.
snow. You're burning probably double the amount of calories you normally would.
if we do not end up with enough food, I would like to point out that I do still have the slumber wine. And importantly, you do not need to eat while you are under the effects of slumber wine. So, I will volunteer as tribute, as dangerous as it may be to get to drink all of the delicious slumber wine and not have to eat for a couple of days if necessary. I will take that. I'll take that one for the team,
Right. Fair enough.
if necessary.
With my extra time, since I only sleep 2 hours a day now, I would be doing a couple of things and not needing rolls for every day. That's up to you. The read the stars. At the tiny bit of time I can see the stars, I would be trying to commune with both Mosquito Witch and just reading the stars in general. That is all secret checks for you, so.
Just
As well as
seeing-
I'd be tattooing Yara, which I'll make a crafting check for.
Okay. Let's see. What is your particular goal?
So, It reads, once per night, clearly see the stars, you spend an hour reading the heavens, how they relate to a particular goal, event, or activity. Essentially, the goal is our trip to the temple. The path we're taking.
What about it?
Any dangers along the road. I'm trying to see if we're going to encounter things that could be very bad for us on the way.
Okie doke. Let's see. Which
That's
would you
within a
like to
week.
roll? Astrology, lore, or occultism?
I think occultism. And
Alright, go ahead and roll that shit.
In it. Okay, I will. It says see. Oh, I wonder if it gives the secret by doing this.
So hold on. Let me see. Can you actually see the prompt? Yeah, so you can click on occultism.
I can, but it says I'm not targeted, so it doesn't actually do it for me.
Fine, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cryptic clue or piece of advice that could help. So, or on a failure, it's the same, but it's misleading.
All right. Let's see. So to do the tattoos, you're gonna have to spend some of the nights of downtime doing that. How many times do you do the read the stars?
It's an hour a day, and I sleep 2, so every day.
Okay. The most annoying shit humanly possible is what you're saying.
I mean, that's why you can average it. You can do whatever you'd like.
Yeah,
It's
I'm just
more
gonna
letting you
delete
know the
that. I'm gonna just
consistency.
delete that from your character sheet. No. Just the most annoying GM crap humanly possible.
I told you I'd be annoying this level.
Might as well have summoned 12 creatures at the same
I
time.
could have prepared that spell if you'd like. I didn't, but I thought about it.
That's fine. Okay. I'm trying to think how you would receive this. I don't know what your status is with mosquitoes up here. If they go out, they're gonna die. So how do you think that's handled?
There are heartier bugs that can burrow in cold climates, and those would be the ones I would be mostly reaching out to. The mosquitoes would be staying in and around my robes to stay alive.
Huh?
So I think there are some burrowing beetles that do well in the cold, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So beetles would be my main resource here, I think.
All right.
Beetles.
Slowly
burrowing
but
grubs.
surely.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly but surely. I think frozen poo is moved to the surface. And you interpret it in some way, Arashtak, that not only is there danger, there is extreme danger near you, near this temple.
So, where are we at this point? Have we made it to the outskirts of the temple?
In regards to what?
Because I have another annoying spell that
Okay.
I have a particular question I would like to ask about, but I have
Sure.
to be within 30 minutes in the future, essentially.
30 minutes in the future, you mean when
So-
you think you're within 30 minutes of this temple?
Yes, so if we are close to the temple and I can see it, that is when I would trigger augury. So basically, I gain a vague glimpse of the future. I can predict up to 30 minutes into the future, revealing your best guess to the situation, whether it will be good or bad or nothing, you know. However, what I would like to ask about is essentially, do I foresee that the vaccine that Karun has prepared will protect us? And you roll a secret DC 6 flat check, and on a failure, it's just nothing.
Get nothing. Rolled a 5.
Very well.
So, after the monotony of travel for 9 days, an astounding sight breaks through the ice. An ancient temple looms against the cliffside. This 7-spired structure appears to have been sculpted entirely out of ice, seamlessly merged with the ice of the cliff wall itself. The 6 spires arrayed at its hexagonal points each rise a further 50 feet above the cliff top, while the central spire rises a full 600 feet higher. Smaller ridges run up the length of the temple between these spires. The southernmost 2 of these appear to have become overgrown with some sort of thick, wiry, black lichen or fungus far above. As the wind passes over the angles and corners of the temple, it creates a mournful, whistling sound, almost as if the structure itself were bemoaning the loss of its inhabitants, or perhaps warning new travelers from approaching too closely. The edge of the plateau to the north is a relatively sheer, icy cliffside that averages maybe 400 feet for miles and miles in either direction to the sides of this temple. This, according to Edvard's notes, is the closest site to the ice gate, where ascending to the high ice can be done in relative safety. What do you do?
I suppose the first thing is to look around outside from afar and see if we notice anything, any sort of movement, any sort of dangers, and also if we can see patches of the oil slick, that frozen oil slick that in particular.
Okay.
And I suppose others might be searching for entryways, things like that.
I would be looking at that lichen fungus and then analyzing that as best I can.
Fair enough.
I'll track poop.
Is that religion check for one of us?
That is a religion check for anybody that is curious about this, the religious symbols of this temple.
Oh, for sure. However, it is not letting me roll it. For some reason, it says missing statistic religion on selected actors, so I don't know what is going on with that.
This is because you do not have a token. Here, why don't I do this?
Thank you.
Why don't we go over here and allow you to explore this place? Let's bring you over here. Maybe click on your token first.
That works, yes?
Okay. Arashtak and Yara. You recognize the symbology on this temple being devoted to the elven goddess, Findeledlara. Findeledlara is often depicted as an elven woman through the specifics, though these specifics vary amongst worshippers as is common for deities. The Ilverani typically envision her similar to their own appearance, pale white or blue skin, hair the shades of the frozen north. She's often seen wielding a long staff, and it is rumored that Findeledlara dwells in the Horizon Heart, a place of perpetual twilight where the sky and land meet in Elysium. It is often taught that Findeledlara is misunderstood by those that do not follow her, particularly in regards to her apparent apathy towards expansion of the faith, the creation of significant new works of art and architecture. Trying to see what else you might know.
So she is apathetic towards the expansion of her faith. She doesn't care about it.
That's what most people think, yeah.
I see.
Priests of Findeledlara are often called curators, serves as teachers and guides. Many are artists, enhancing the beauty of their surroundings, and architects, literally building their communities from the ground up. There is no organized hierarchy. But this religion generally focuses on art and design and it is known as the guiding, Findeledlara is known as the guiding hand. Sorry, I'm trying to paraphrase here. And Findeledlara is essentially the goddess of art and architecture. They value preservation, art, buildings, and most importantly, life.
That is an interesting thing for being out in frozen wastes.
Indeed. There's not much room for art in the middle of nowhere. And life.
Life.
Yes.
Now, there is some, which I would be, crouching around the lichen and
Perhaps.
examining that and seeing if I recognize it, seeing if it has any of that substance that's what's causing it to be blackened, or if it's natural.
Sure, give me a nature check.
You were going to say something, Arcelia?
Perhaps she is where she is most needed.
That is a beautiful way to look at it.
38.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
This is definitely not normal. You can see that the lichen is very strange from what you've seen. It's not quite the substance that you found, but it's definitely strange. It is much hardier than you would expect it to be.
A reagent potentially, or just strange hardy lichen that may be related to that hallucinogenic substance?
I think it's probably not really reactive to anything. But it just seems like you could potentially eat this. It would not be good, but in a pinch, it could work.
Got it. So it is not a toxic, it's not a hallucinogenic from what I can tell.
No.
It's just a hearty frozen lichen that will be terrible, but
Edible,
It
but
grows.
terrible.
edible but terrible. But it is here and it's growing, which does mean it has water sources, life sources. It has everything it needs to grow.
Interesting.
Yes. I said it before, I'll repeat it though. There is something very dangerous outside of this temple.
Yes. And with that, as mentioned previously, I'll be looking around to see any signs of any, ne'er-do-wells or any goop.
Sure. Barrage Talk, please give me a perception check. Yara, you can also roll that perception check. Just a 24.
sorry.
Yeah, it's
It
fine.
should be a 20. It should be
Yeah.
a 25 with my goggles if it's sight based. But sorry.
Malavik, looking at the cliffside, and the temple itself, you can also make a perception check for me.
Hmm.
Okay. So just at a quick glance, Malavik, you would note that the cliff itself looks like it'd be pretty difficult to climb. Not impossible, but difficult. The temple itself looks like it would be super, super difficult to climb if you were to climb it. The walls of this are like sheer clean ice. You know, like practically no handholds on this thing.
So the temple's above us.
Yeah, it's on the cliff. Yeah, effectively. The temple
So
is
we
made
have
out
a-
of this like sheer ice, you know.
So if we had a way up to put climbing gear and ropes to make it easier.
But to be clear though, the temple rests on the cliff, and down the cliff is where you would see the high ice. So if you were to climb down the cliff, it looks like it's possible. Okay, but it'd be difficult. And if you were to, for any reason, climb the temple, it looks like it would be very, very difficult. Just because of the nature. I just want you to understand what you have before you hear the landscape. Sheer ice temple. The cliff is icy and looks kind of difficult to climb. But it's doable.
So-
You have climbing gear. You know, it's possible.
So to
You
get
have
to
a
the temple,
folding
we have to
ladder?
go up. Huh.
I don't think a folding ladder is going to help you 400 feet, though.
Oh, I missed the 400 feet. No, I don't think it will. You're right.
Yeah, again, 400 feet down the cliff, off the cliff. This temple,
So-
if you imagine, how can I show this on cam? So the temple is like this, right? Resting on the edge of the cliff. Down the cliff is the high ice.
That's where we are.
Yeah, you're right at the front of the temple, so if you wanted to go
so we don't
down
need
to
to
the high
climb
house,
up or down to the,
if you want to get to the high ice, you got to climb down.
but not to the temple.
Correct.
Okay. Yes.
We already need to be. Okay.
I was about to say, we're going to burn a lot of fly spells right now. All those fourth levels.
Yeah. No, that makes more sense. Thank you.
I'll
So
just
Yara's
buy that
tattoos have been finished,
information.
by the way.
Yay!
And ahead of you, you can see a door in the front of the temple.
Well, I suppose, if we're not seeing anything outside, the only logical solution is to go inside, yes? you're
like to
ready.
try something first. I'd like to go to the front doors and put my hands on them and try to read any sort of resonance they might possess.
Okay. You walk up to the front doors.
Is this something you have to roll for? If so, I will cast guidance upon you.
There is something that you have to roll for. So in this case, I need you all to select your tokens and please roll initiative.
Ha 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 ha. First it was the cabinet, now it's the door.
Because as you approach the doors, you begin to see something stir in the ground around you, Arcelia. Let's see here.
Is it hot?
I can't tell with you. I'm not sure. Let's see. As you approach the door, you see the ground begin to stir. And yes, everybody please make sure to roll initiative.
I am trying to get back in. However, the forge has cursed me.
Yeah, it'll just take you a second to log you out. It looks like you're logged out now, so you should be able to log back in.
Yes. Yes, it's not even showing me the capture whenever they ask to show you're human, so one moment.
You might have to
I'll do
close
my
your
best.
You might have to close your browser and open it
Yes,
back.
yes. Fingers crossed it shows the map and stuff.
Okay, next to you, Arcelia. You see the ground sort of begin to rise up as strange creatures emerge next to the door.
All right, Wack, hit me with that picture. Let's see.
There you go.
I can work with that.
Oh, wow. It's like a pile of ground and grossness. It almost looks like a lichen as sort of grown along with this stuff. It's like all of the stuff of the ground starts to pile up and sort of coalesce into some kind of hideous monstrosity. You think you can see bones and flesh in there as well. Did you get everything working, Yara?
Yes, I did. I've rolled my initiative as well.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. As this creature begins to emerge on either side of you, Arcelia, we now enter initiative. Okay. This creature will go first to your right. You can see this creature has this sort of strange shape to its body. It's humanoid combined with almost a small hill. Like it's you know, it's just a mound of dirt, bones, and flesh. It's horrific. As it forms, you can see it sort of bashes on the ground, and it will. Ooh, shit. Gotta be from here. In this emanation, bursting forth from the ground, it will ripple and erupt in razor-sharp, crisscrossing spikes of rock. I need you to make a basic reflex save, please, Arcelia.
Oh no.
That's a 21. That is a fail. As you are hit for 16 piercing damage. The ground sort of pierces your legs as you see this. You see the earth just sort of spike right into your shins, your calves, your thigh. And it's horrific as this creature stands right next to you. Then... Okay. Sorry, I need to check this. It will then try to attack you with its jaws. Arcelia. That is a 29 to hit. Oh boy. I need you to make a saving throw, please. Fortitude save.
Failure. 20.
Oh shit. Oh my god, this is so bad. Okay. You take 13 cold damage. Where it strikes you, Arcelia, you begin to see this black, oily crystal grow. And I also need a will save.
I'm re-rolling that. Holy shit.
A crit fail to a crit success. Holy shit. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
That is my last hero point, though. So...
Okay. That is it for its turn. Oh, hold on. Let me double check. Did I actually do that right? No, I didn't roll the damage for the actual regular attack. It's also 20 piercing damage. Sorry. That was from the Jaws attack. That cold was in addition to the 20 damage. So Arcelia, this horrible cold, like black ice crystal begins to form where it struck you. And that is it for its turn. Okay. Yara, it's your turn.
Arcelia! I am going to go ahead and I will rush upward next to Rostock. I will take the stride action. And I believe that should be 30 feet where I am here from Arcelia. I'm going to go ahead and I will activate my Crown of the Companion. I'll take a bow and I will essentially cast Share Life on Arcelia. This means that you have to stay within 30 feet if you would like... Actually, no, it's active no matter what because of the item. So... I've cast Share Life on you, so try and see if that will apply in effect. I don't believe it will, but I take half damage for you. And that is all I can do. That's all 3 actions.
The link remains even if you move more than 30 feet away. At the end of the spell's duration, your ally recovers 48 hit points and you recover half of what they recover. Okay.
Yes, so if I choose to cancel it out, which doesn't cost anything, she gets healed.
Okay. You take damage through this link. You don't apply any resistances, weaknesses, or other abilities you have to that damage. You simply take that amount of damage. So just be aware.
Yes.
Any other stuff you have won't activate.
Indeed. Hers will, I believe, if she has resistances, but mine will not.
Right. Okay. So half damage to when Arcelia takes damage. Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And that is my turn.
So it doesn't look like there's a place to track that, so you're going to have to keep track of that.
Indeed.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that it for your turn, Yara?
Indeed.
Karoon. Karoon, and I don't know how we skipped in the order, but I'm just not going to hit the button for 2 more turns. Karoon. Will probably say, "Is that a ghost? It doesn't look like a ghost."
It almost looks like a golem of some kind.
Okay, I'm going to kill it with fire. And Karoon will throw an alchemist fire. At probably, I imagine, the closest one, because they're both dangerous. So she's going to get closer. Probably go here. Definitely not going to go inside that fucking where the spikes have been generated. I feel like that is a definite for Karoon. Okay. And she's just going to launch an alchemist fire at this one. That is a hit with a 34, not a crit. Flame cascades all around you, Arcelia, as you see Karoon connect with this napalm-like substance on the creature. And yeah, it's on fire. There's this like weird low sort of sound that comes from it. And you recognize the sounds of some kind of language. You do not recognize what language, though. Let's see if anybody does.
Have Aklo and Scald.
I checked. Nope. Yara, you recognize this. This is the
Nekril?
language of Nekril, yes.
Oh, gods, did they say anything I understand?
Basically a bunch of expletives.
Do not curse at her!
Okay. Karoon says, I didn't curse. What are you saying?
I will repeat it in Nekril. You leave her alone!
It sounds horrific, everybody. It's just... Yeah, it's just like bubbling. It sounds like something bubbling out of the muck. It's gross. And Karoon will then, I think... That's it. Well... Could fire Joanna. Let's fire Joanna. Or... Yeah, let's fire Joanna. Gonna throw a hand crossbow bolt at this one. That is a miss with a 26. Okay, that's it for Karoon's turn. Arashtak.
Yes. Well, the very first thing I will do... Let me double check the distance. Perfect. Life boost will be cast upon Arcelia. And that is at the beginning of your turn for 4 rounds. And drag the spell effect onto yourself.
Yes, thank you.
And then, I think what I will do is... Actually, might not double everything up. I will cast Rousing Splash on you, which will probably be extra cold due to the fact that it is so cold here. And that'll be temp HP.
Oh, I'm sorry. Arashtak and Yara. You are also going to take some damage from that shit.
Oh, I just moved into that slot after they did damage, unless it's persistent.
No, you're going to take it,
All right.
by walking. You're walking into, like, what is effectively razors.
Gotcha. I
Earth.
didn't realize. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I see. Okay. Yes,
I still would have done it anyway.
Yeah. Sorry if I didn't explain that well enough.
No, that's all right. I didn't get it. Is that something that if we stay in it, it's bad, or it's just moving through it is bad?
Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
Oh, you're right.
It's in here. Yeah, 3 piercing damage.
All right.
All right.
So there it is in the chat there to easily apply it to both of you.
Thank you.
And it is moving through the area, effectively, at all.
Good to know. Thank you. So yes, Rousing Splash was cast upon you. Celia, if you drag the effect, I don't know if it will automatic. It did. Perfect. 15 temp HP for you. That should help. Sorry if you're cold. That'll be my turn.
It's definitely rousing.
Hope you're awake now.
Somebody just dropped a bunch of ice cubes down the back of your butt crack. Okay. Is that it for your turn, Arashtak?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
Okay. This one. I think. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, I'm doing that. That's crazy shit. Oh, hey. Oh boy. Okay, this one, Arcelia, is going to shove you into the ice. Let's see.
Like meld with stone shove into?
Uh-huh.
Oh! Okay.
Nice.
Let's see. This is going to be against your fortitude DC, which is 35, effectively. Good luck. You don't have to roll shit.
Oh, okay.
It does it automatically. It fails, luckily. God, that's horrible and really good for you. Okay. Arcelia, you are able to fight against this creature. It's like taking all of your strength to do it. It's really strong. But you are able to just barely hold this creature back from just shoving you. You almost feel the ice behind you, the door and the temple itself, ripple for a second. As you're able to hold your ground, you dig your heels in, which you're being pierced by the ground into your legs and your calves and stuff. It's horrific, but you're able to hold steady against this creature. So that's one action. And then It burrows into the ground. Would you like to use a reaction, Arcelia?
It burrows into the ground. No, I'm going to hold on to my reaction.
Okie doke. Let's see. The creature into the ice and the ground burrows down. And I think, let's see, that's gonna be yeah, it's gonna go here. Alrighty. You just hear like a bunch of earth kind of like getting tilled deeper underground. It's hard to tell where it's coming from. And I'm gonna do this. Okay. And man, this sucks. This thing sucks. Okay, that's it for its turn. Malvik.
Noticing that Arcea is in danger, I hear whispers in ancient dragon language in the back of my head. Of the hawk saying, "Pursuit this weakest links of enemies." I lose a little control over my body. My arm will go limp. The axe will become heavier. I'll bend over and fall on all fours. Not knowing what's going on, I just build trust into Hawk's motivations. My back will crinkle and crack. Bones will move and separate. My arms and shoulders will widen as wings will burst forth from the back of my spine in the form of dragon wings. It will then leap in the air, and that is a free action because it's divine wings. Will not put this effect on my body. They are red and firing, burning with passion. The fire is not great. It's eclipsing the wings. I can fly up to my maximum speed, and I will go after the creature that's visible. With this, I shouldn't take any damage from the ground.
You will if you land.
But I won't. How tall is I can just swoop and attack this creature?
You don't have to land, you're just flying?
No, I'm flying. It's free.
Oh, for 10 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Let's give you flying. Hold on.
I already put it on.
Okay.
And Divine
Should be
Wings is
there.
2 actions? Yes?
No, it's no action for me.
It says
It's
2
two
actions right
actions.
next to it.
Oh, okay, because it
Yeah,
didn't
it's
say
not
in the
free.
description.
It
That's fine.
does. It lists it right there. That's what
Next
the
to
2
it.
arrows mean.
I was looking in my thing. It didn't have anything because I was looking it up. That's fine. We'll take it.
Mhm.
I will make a swing.
Well, you have to also move to get over there.
Yeah, it's 2 actions
That's
to,
fine.
to summon the divine wings and then 1 to move.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I'll just hover over here.
Okay. How high up would you say you are?
How tall is this beast? All depends.
Probably the same height as Arcelia, so almost 7 feet.
Oh, great. I'm 6'5" as well. So, yeah, I'll be hovering right above it. I can always position myself to swing downward.
Should I just say 10?
Sure.
Okay. Just to keep a round number. Because I'm going to mark you as flying. So that's what
I'll
that
hover
plus 10
over.
feet means.
And now look at us here. Back from this area. I will take it from here. Actually, I won't say I. I will say we will take it from here.
All right.
Okay. Arcelia, it's your turn.
All right. I will heal. And the life boost. First action, I would like to use exploit vulnerability on this creature. As I'm beginning to turn from it, I give it as scrutinizing a glance as I can.
It's a success.
All right. All right, let's see what buttons we got here. All right. I will utilize my breached defenses.
Okay.
So, what that means is my bludgeoning damage will go through any resistances it has. Alright, the second action, I will use Intensify Vulnerability. I think I have to do it this way. I remember seeing it cost an action. Where did it go? Did I just drag this on me? No. Drag it here? No. Okay, anyway. What that does is essentially if I use my amulet or my weapon, either of my implements, I will use an upgraded version until the beginning of my next turn, which is important for my amulet. Essentially, if I use my amulet as a reaction, I can potentially get a +2 AC when I use that.
So you
or
have.
if I
Sorry to interrupt. You have on your actions page, one of your actions, you have Intensify Vulnerability, and there's a use button.
Perfect. Where is it? There it is. There we go. So I will use Intensify Vulnerability. And then for my third action, I'm going to... Do I swing at it? No. I'm going to 5-foot step over here.
Okay, so it's all three of your actions.
Yep.
Be aware, you are moving inside this these sharp rocks. You take 3 piercing damage.
All right, I can do that.
You can do that for yourself. Otherwise, I can look it up again.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
And that will be the end of my turn.
new round. The one that is in front of you now, Malavik, sees its prey moving away, and this new threat come into range. It will. Oh. Okay.
That sound lives in my nightmares, Wack. Just so you know.
For years, the Wack OK has lived rent-free in my head.
Well, they're smarter than I thought. Didn't expect that. Okay. Oh boy. I'm seeing how clever I can be. Alrighty. I think for its best action that it can do right now, it is going to try to bite you, Malavik. It starts like grow upwards almost. Like you see the ground sort of thin. Like this creature's made of the ground and what looks to be like rotten parts of creatures. It's sort of this large mouth like opens up and tries to take a bite out of whatever part of you is closest to it. That is a hit with a 27.
Make or break. Is it piercing damage?
We'll find out. It is.
Scales will grow. Red, rigid scales will grow where it takes a bite. And I have resistance to piercing.
Nice. So you take how much resistance do you have?
7.
Okay, so you take 11 damage from that, and
I wonder if it apply it automatically.
it should.
See.
Yeah,
Hit
you should just hit
damage.
damage, and it should just work. Yep.
Yes.
There you go. Then I need a fortitude save from you. That's a make.
That's critical. Could be critical since I'm master.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. That's great. That's good news. That's real good news. Okay. And then I need a will save. Nice. 33. Okay.
Let's go, Malavik.
That isn't a crit, but it is a success, and that's fine for that. Okay.
He will not let you enter our minds.
As this creature strikes at you, what part did it bite?
Probably a leg. I would
Okay,
assume.
your legs are hanging down, right? I wasn't sure how you were flying, like if you were Supermaning or what.
Oh no, I'm not. As Malavik is not in control of the flight dog is.
Oh, okay.
Should be quite natural, but the appendages do hang.
All right. Then it will try to bite again, I think. Or actually, I don't think it will. I think it's going to burrow. You do have a reaction that you can take here, Malavik.
Yes, I will definitely take it. We will attack as it tries to burrow. I need to target this thing. I keep forgetting about that. There we go. Alright. God, these pages. Where's my actions page? Boots effects, character actions. We go. Oh. There we go. Headed on expedition. 29.
Yes, that is a hit. Give me some damage.
And it's fire as well. 8 of it.
Okay.
26 and 8
Yeah.
of it is fire.
You see, like, the creature seems to... It's really hard to strike through with the sword. Like, this thing is, like, made of... It's like swinging through molasses, you know? It doesn't cut like you're expecting, like it should sever flesh. There's ground in here, you know? So as you strike, you can, like, hear, like, the pings of rocks and, you know, it's like dragging your sword across rock, you know? So there's some sparks and stuff that also ignite with the fire, but the creature just kind of...
Stubborn thing. As I hit it with the axe, the skull on the axe turns into this mossy creature's face, or part of his body.
Yeah. And it will burrow. Okay. Yara, it's your turn.
Okay, so they have burrowed, yes? Are there any visible signs of where they're going? I think that might be some sort of an action. No visible signs. Oh, that is horrific.
Yep.
All right.
Part of their bullshit.
of that for us. Okay. So what I will do then is... do I heal or do I add
It
protection to
leaves
the back
no
line?
tunnel behind, and there's no sign of where it's gone.
Hate that. Well, since they've disappeared, logically speaking, I am very worried about myself, Arashtak, and Karoon back here. So I'm going to go ahead and I will take a step to the side here, with one action, and I believe that should be within the emanation range for both of them to get protection. Yes, so I will go ahead and I will cast protection at a 3rd level, so that all 3 of us, Karoon, Arashtak, and Yara, gain the effects of protection, which is a bonus to your AC and saving throws.
Very nice.
Yes, and that is my turn for now.
Okie doke. Karoon says, "Where did it go? Oh no. Oh, okay. What am I lighting on fire? Okay. Are you all right? Do you need a vaccine or any sort of motivational speech?"
I don't know. What is it you can do for us, darling? Arcelia in particular. If there is anything.
Go get them. Find them. Kill them. Did it work? Okay. Should we run? Do we jump off the cliff?
No, don't jump off a cliff.
Okay. I will rush back behind this rock and take cover because I don't know what to shoot. All right. That's all from me as I grab another bomb. And that's it. Okay. Goodbye. Arashtak, it's your turn.
Yes. Having no targets does make things more difficult. But I will do this actually. I raise my staff and use one of the charges upon it on myself. Make sure I was targeting me, but I am going to resist energy, and I will choose cold.
Alrighty.
That is 2 actions, and for my final, I'm taking a 5-foot step out of this.
Fair enough.
And that will be my turn. Oh, is it leaving the area cause damage potentially?
I think it's any movement in the area, but let me check.
Oh, of course. Area becomes difficult terrain hazard with each square dealing 3 piercing damage to a creature that moves through it. I think you're fine. Yeah, I would interpret it similarly.
I would say if you move, like if you're moving, continuing to move inside of it, I think then that's when you would take the damage.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. Yes, but leaving rough terrain usually means you leave it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. Well, that's my turn.
Very well. Let's see. I think we're gonna have gonna have this one move here and burst forth from the ground. Holy shit! As it bursts forth from the ground next to Karoon, it will then, I think it's gonna go ahead and break ground again. Let's do that.
Does it remove the current ground or does it keep it?
Depends on its duration, I would assume.
It has none.
Well, there you go.
Concentration or sustained?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
And does Karoon have protect? Oh, she does. She does have protection on her. Good. At least there's that.
Right here. Okay, I need a reflex save from... Hold on, let me see, because I think this is Arcelia as well. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It looks like everyone except Malavik.
Yep, everybody except Malavik. This is a reflex
Since
save.
Arcelia is already standing in it, does it overwrite that? I have no idea.
I think this is, it's just, because it uses 2 actions to do this, so I think this is a new,
new
it's
effect.
a new attack.
I see. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there's a base of reflex save in the chat there for Karoon, Yara, Arashtak, and Arcelia.
30.
Okay, we have
33.
So half damage for everybody except Arashtak, who takes full damage, as these razor-like spikes of earth shatter through the up from the ground into your legs. Ow! And that is it for its turn. Malavik.
I will almost instinctually turn my head towards the creature, and then I will sudden charge to it. No fly here.
Okay.
It is
Absolutely.
flanked now.
Yep. Wait a sec.
Do I get protection as well?
No. No, I have to apply it to you. You two were too far for it, unfortunately.
Oh, it's fine. Just wanted to know. Okay, and then I will attack this creature. Oh, it's a sudden charge, so it's, it's part of the turn.
Okay,
That's
that
what
is
she
a hit.
said. Okay. Get retribution axe damage since it took on its form. 21 plus the fire damage. Well, the fire damage is added in.
Very nice. Again, this creature's hard to strike through, Malavik. It just feels like you're trying to cut through mud.
Slashing is not working. For a second. Go. I will not drop my axe, so I will attack it again. Another hit. 28.
Another hit.
Whoa.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't know
sorry,
why
that
went
was me.
twice.
That was me.
Okay.
We'll take the bigger one because I clicked the button by accident. Okay. Again, you strike Malavik, and this thing is so hard to cut through. You can see it does react, though, in some pain to it. Is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Arcelia.
All right. I'll heal, and then I will go 5, 10, 15. Sorry, no. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay. So just to be clear, hold on. This
2,
might take
3,
you 2 actions.
4.
Because this is
Terrain.
considered.
Oh, it's rough terrain.
Yeah. Yes, this is difficult and hazardous terrain. Each square you move deals 3 piercing damage.
That's all right. I suspected as such.
Okay, and you were here?
Oh,
5, 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 probably.
Well, I think you moved 5 spaces.
Oh, and I take half damage for you as well.
Yeah. So this is
So that is
15 damage.
Okay.
So-
Does it double up?
What do you mean double up?
Because
Oh, you failed?
Oh,
No,
because of the
'cause the
2
ground-
overlapping? No, it's
Yes.
just you can't double difficult terrain and double hazard now.
2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
Now, Yara,
So,
you take half, right? So Arcelia gained back 8. Yara, you take 7.
all right. Or I should take the 8. She regains 8. Since it would be the same, we're swapping it.
Well,
I
it's
wouldn't.
15.
I would take one more.
It's 15, so
Yes.
you have to you can't divide that equally.
So is she taking the 8 or the 7?
She's taking the 8, I imagine.
She's taking the 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was 2 actions. Third action, I'm going to swing my Morning Star at this creature.
So I'm sorry, Arcelia, take away 1 more hit point.
Okay, no worries. Bonk.
There you go.
Okay. Damn, that feels bad. That's a miss. 22.
Yeah, your legs are just getting shredded. It's like running through brambles, you know? They're just getting torn up as you're rushing through the snow. Your clothing is getting kind of a bit mangled as you're rushing through. You can see there's like bits of stone that are sort of like stuck in Arcelia's leg as she rushes forward. Slowing down, you try and strike with the Morning Star, but miss.
That will be my turn.
Yeah. That's 2 actions for the move because of the difficult terrain. And 1 to attack, yeah. Sorry, that sucks. Then,
It's all right.
this one will move forward and burst from the ground in front of Arashtak.
Oh, I knew what was happening. Yes, I was.
And it will then attack you with its jaws, Arashtak.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yep.
shit.
Yeah, it's more or less what I assumed would happen.
Oh, that's a crit with a natural 20. Oh, no, that wasn't even a natural 20. That was...
No, it doesn't need a natural 20 to crit me.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah. I'm glad I put on resist cold because my god.
There's the damage. There's the piercing damage to start with. The jaws of this, it's like an unhinged jaw of a snake like opens up, and it's so much bigger than you're expecting to open its mouth, Arashtak, and it just like bites onto your ribs and your shoulder. And then fuck. First we need a fortitude save.
Success.
That's good. That's good. Hooray. Oh God. Okay. That's fine. Then we need a will save.
Another
Hey.
success.
Hey, that's so much better than you think.
I have a I mean, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, hey, that's real good, Arashtak. Then it attacks you again.
Oh yeah, I figured. I was waiting for that. At least it's
Hey,
not a
that's not
crit.
Yeah. For 19 piercing damage.
If it had crit, I would have went down. So, yep.
The its jaws like bite in, and they just kind of shake you like an animal for a second, Arashtak. And you can see these large like wounds opening up like in Arashtak's flesh as he shook violently in the jaws of this creature. And then I need another fortitude save, Arashtak.
Another success.
Thank God. Okay, and then a will save.
And another success.
Okay. That is it for its turn. Yara.
Oh, gods. Well, I am going to go ahead and utilize my doctor's visitation. I realize I shall take 3 points of damage, right? From the thorns.
If you move,
so
yes.
Yes, I am moving to Arashtak. So my doctor's visitation, it allows me to go ahead and rush to an ally and treat wounds in one action. I will do it so at an expert level on Arashtak. For critical success with a 34 for 29 points of healing. I will then go ahead and extend a hand and cast... Oh, then I only have one.
You have one action
You know what?
remaining.
Fuck it. Yeah, I was going to do bless, but I think this is more important for now. I'm going to go ahead and reach a hand out, touching Arashtak, and cast Lay on Hands upon him. You shall receive a +2 bonus on top of protection. It replaces protection for 1 round. You get a 2 AC bonus and 24 points of healing. Oh, 30 now that I've leveled. Ooh,
As you
very
cast
nice.
this, you can hear the creature speak in Necril. Which you understand to mean vile light.
I roll my eyes, and then I reach my hand back with my other touching the chalk that Arcelia has given me, which allows me to heal her from 30 feet away or cast any spell on her from 30 feet away.
Free action?
Yes, it is just that my basically it allows me to cast a spell on her from 30 feet away no matter what.
Yeah, but you have to interact with it, right?
I don't think so. Can you put up the thing? If you know where it is, Arcelia?
Interact is a basic action. If you're interacting with an item or anything, I think it does require something, right?
It does not say. Yeah, it just says that they can cast a range from a range of 30. It doesn't say I have to interact with it. I was doing that more so for like artsy vibes.
I think that would be an action, though. It's just saying you can cast the spell at the 30-foot. It basically gives you a free reach.
Yes, exactly.
So you'd have to
I already
cast
have
the spell.
reach. Yes, indeed. It's not that my spell is free. It's that I don't have to use reach spell upon her.
You're
I just become a valid target at 30 feet.
right,
Yes.
right. Okay.
My touch spells become 30 feet.
Well, this was your third action to do lay on hands.
No, I moved and then
Moved.
yes, it is
Doctors.
battle. Doctor's visitation is 1 action to move and treat wounds. That is the point of it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, and it's a daily preparation thing. That's why she doesn't have to interact with it. It's already
Indeed.
been prepared.
Gotcha.
Okay, yes.
Indeed. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. And with that, my hand reaching back towards Arcelia, I also cast Lay on Hands upon her. So you get 30 points of healing as well as a 2 to your AC.
Very nice.
And that is my turn.
So you can do drag that spell effect. There you go. Great. Alrighty.
That is active for 1 round.
Karun will immediately say, "Holy shit! What the fuck is that thing?" And she will probably panic a little and be very unhappy that it has given her pain and doesn't like it. So she will take a step away, but also step on shards of earth in her feet, which sucks, okay? But she's going to do it because the creature's way worse. And I know that this would take off the off guard, but hey, them's the breaks. Okay. So let's get rid of the cover. She took a 5-foot step, and then she will throw a bomb at this thing because fuck this crazy shit. And that's a hit with the 28. The napalm lands on the ground, melting the ice nearby, and will deal 18 fire damage. As it explodes on the creature. And then she will fire with the crossbow, Joanna, at the creature. Oh, no, I'm sorry, she can't do that anyway. She's got to reload it. Forgot to reload the crossbow last round. So she's going to just reload the crossbow. That's it for Karun's turn. Arashtak.
Yes. All right. Oh, gods. Well, I feel a lot better now. But outside of that, I am concerned. I am going to step back, which will give me 3 points of damage. And I don't know if there's a button for that, but I will manually remove it.
Yeah, I can do it if you want.
Oh, no, it's all right. Oh, that. There we go. All right. And for my next 2 actions, I am going to do something new.
Ooh.
You would hear me begin to mumble and start talking about various diseases that affect the dirts and bones, and how they can degrade and disrupt and hurt healing. And I begin to just go on this horrid tirade against anything I can notice in this creature and how it can be broken down and destroyed, as I begin to impart disturbing knowledge on it for a critical success.
Wow.
It is confused and frightened one.
Amazing.
It does not need to understand my language, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Arashtak just sort of begins to speak to this creature. And does your voice change at all or anything, Arashtak?
It becomes more monotone as I just am listing all of these horrible things that it knows can be done to it.
Okay.
Any emotion I might have that my companions would recognize is gone. They've known me long enough. There's some. It's not there anymore. It's like they first met me. It's unnerving. Penstein is a very good way to put it.
I'm glad you
Yes.
did that. Yeah.
I just tilt my head.
Karun is also looking. Damn. That's fucked up.
Oh yes, it really is. And that is the end of my turn.
Very well. You can see the creature sort of like recoil, like the mouth sort of like opens again, but more like in a scream as it which you interpret to mean, Yara, foul creature, stay away from me.
I think he's scared of you. And I think I sorted them too.
Good for the first part, not you though.
The one here will try to I think it is going to try to gonna try and take a bite out of you, Malavik.
I thought you said they were intelligent.
Well, it just got a 35.
It's not great, but it's a hit.
Yeah, it reaches up and lashes onto your leg.
Again, scales of form, dampening the damage.
That is 22 piercing damage. And then I need a fortitude save and a will save.
Okay, that's a critical success.
Okay.
It's probably a failure.
19 on the will save, unfortunately, is a fail.
It's okay.
Malavik.
I'll unfortunately use a hero point.
Okay.
There we
Hey, that is also, that's not a crit, but it is a success. That's good. You were not going to be happy with me if you failed that one. Yeah, it latches onto you and you can feel it like tearing, and where it does, like you can see like these crystals begin to form, and the fire that's emanating from you just kind of like burns them off. It will try and shake you with its jaws, basically, as it does another.
Is this another bite?
Yeah, this is the same attack. Yep.
It's a hit.
Okay. For 14 piercing damage.
Damn, it hit a 34 with map.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yep. And another fortitude save and will save, please. It's like a super critical success. And a success. Hey, that's good. That's good. You don't want this shit. Okay. And then a third action. It will burrow into the ground.
I will use my reaction.
Okay.
This is a new round, right?
I mean, this is round 3.
Okay, I'm going to use a reaction as well.
Yeah.
I will strike.
Make sure to target.
Yep. Damn it.
That is a
I
miss.
miss.
That's
And a
critical.
crit.
The creature
crit
tries to
damage.
run. Oh, what's that? And I get my temporary hit points back.
Very nice. Okay. Malavik, you land a big strike on this creature as you see it sort of like,
Critical hit.
if you imagine it sort of like moves its body upwards first and then like, wow, so hard into the ground and knocked my glasses off. It slams back down into the ground, but as it does, you bring the sword down and you deal damage to it. Heavy damage. And flesh and earth and lichen like shoot upwards, and you hear the creature yell in pain. Arcelia, it sort of yells something like, Scaled one is death.
Oh, you mean Yara, because of the krill, right?
Yara, sorry.
Oh, yes.
I don't
Yes.
understand it.
Rostok, you might be their target.
What?
The creatures are intelligent. They run from us.
As it burrows, it begins to burrow deeper into the ground, and the next turn belongs to Malavik. Next time on Gatewalkers.